Deep in the forests of the Pacific Northwest, something moves. A shadow too tall to be a bear, too fast to be a man. For decades, people swore they saw it, heard it, the legendary beast known as Bigfoot. But what if the world's most famous cryptid was never real? Let's unravel one of the most iconic hoaxes in modern history. From myth to media sensation, and the shocking truth behind the footprints. The idea of Bigfoot didn't start in a lab or a film studio. It began with whispers, stories passed down by Native American tribes who spoke of giant hairy beings roaming the woods. Each tribe had its own version: Sasquatch, Skookum, Semekwis. But Bigfoot didn't enter the mainstream until 1958, when a man named Jerry Crew, a construction worker in Bluff Creek, California, claimed to find massive footprints near his worksite. He took plaster casts. The local newspaper ran the story. And just like that, a monster was born. Then came the footage. In 1967, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin were riding horseback near the very same Bluff Creek area. Suddenly, they claimed a giant bipedal creature walked across the clearing. Patterson jumped off his horse and captured the now famous grainy 59-second film. A tall, hairy creature, walking upright, briefly turning its head to look at the camera before disappearing into the forest. The video went viral, long before the internet even existed. News outlets played it on repeat. Skeptics debated it endlessly. For some, it was absolute proof. Bigfoot is real, but not everyone was convinced. From the 1970s onward, Bigfoot fever exploded. TV documentaries, comic books, toys, t-shirts, sightings poured in from across North America. Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, even Florida. People claimed to hear eerie howls, find giant footprints, or see tall silhouettes through the trees. Bigfoot became a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of mystery, of wilderness, of the unknown still lurking just beyond the reach of science. But behind the scenes, something didn't add up. Years passed, questions piled up. Why had no one found bones? Why were all the photos blurry? And then, finally, the cracks began to show. In 2002, the family of Ray Wallace, the same construction site from 1958, admitted that Ray had faked the original Bigfoot footprints using carved wooden feet. He had been doing it as a prank and never expected it to blow up. But it was too late. The myth had already spread like wildfire. Then came new claims. A man named Bob Hieronymus stepped forward, saying he was the person inside the Bigfoot costume in the Patterson-Gimlin film. He described the suit in detail. Others who knew Patterson backed up the story, saying he had borrowed money to make a Bigfoot movie. Still, believers resisted. Even when modern analysis showed inconsistencies in the gait, limb ratio, and motion of the creature in the film, people still wanted to believe. The story of Bigfoot isn't just about hoaxes. It's about hope, a deep subconscious desire that maybe, just maybe, the world isn't fully discovered yet. Bigfoot represented the last untamed mystery, the chance that nature still held secrets, far from satellites and science. And maybe believing in Bigfoot made the world feel a little more magical. So was Bigfoot real? The footprints were faked. The film was staged. The evidence was shaky at best. But the myth? The myth was very real, and it still is. Because Bigfoot lives on in our collective imagination, not as a monster, but as a reminder that we all crave mystery. And sometimes, the biggest hoaxes tell us more about our humanity than they do about the hoax itself.